All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Racing Stories. We've been told over the years that our racing stories are usually pretty good. So here we are at Bridgeport Speedway. It's June of 2021. I'm here with my very good friend, John Goop Mondelli, to tell you one of our favorite ones of all time. So we've said for years that the best people in the world are racing people. And if there was ever a story that was going to solidify that belief, it's this one. The story of Chuckie the Chicken Head. Goop, who was Chuckie and what was the head?
Chuckie was a guy in town, and he was like a second father.
What town?
In Berkeley Heights.
Okay.
Chuckie was like the godfather in town.
Okay.
You had a problem, you went to Chuck.
Okay.
He was a very powerful man. He was a guy who started out with nothing. I mean, the guy made his own money.
Okay.
So anyway, politically, business, everything. So Chuckie just had a way with people, and he helped a lot of people, and he was good to me. So Chuckie loved, there was a little child in Chuckie. He loved like little farm and chickens and goats, and his daughter's house, he made all these little farms and stuff, and I used to do a lot of work for him. So he had this truck. He lettered up, and he called it Chuckie's Foul Play.
F-O-U-L.
Yeah, like foul play,
Okay,
like chickens, fouls.
Okay.
But Chuckie also, he was a dedicated family man, but Chuckie was a
Like that.
he was a ladies'
Like
man.
that fun. All right.
So foul play,
Gotcha.
it had two meanings.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna make this quick. It can go on forever. So Chuckie has this truck, and he calls me up, and he says, "Hey, Gook." He called me Gook. He didn't say Goop. He said Gook. "Hey, Gook, come down here." I go down the store, and I pull around, and he's in the backyard, and he's got this on the truck, on this truck he used for parades and everything.
Right.
Flags. He's got this giant chicken head on the back. And I says, "Where did you get that chicken head?" He goes, "Wow, you like it? It's cool, right?" And we always had a thing with, I would go feed the chickens and shit for him, and I did all these things. So I says, "You have no idea what that is. That's the Flemington chicken head." I said, "Where did you get it?" He goes, "I got it from the guy I buy my chicken feed and stuff." I said, "Has to be Paul Cool then." He goes, "How do you know Paul Cool?" I said, "Because I grew up going to Flemington. You don't realize what you have." So anyway, I explained the whole thing to him and showed him pictures and everything.
No, wait, pause. We could talk about the chicken head for a minute.
Yeah.
All right, at Flemington Speedway, which
Yes.
closed back in the early 90s, right?
Yes.
When it was paved. It was known for its famous fried chicken.
Yes.
It was run by the Cool family, K-U-H-L, which, by the way, Brian Coolio is still in racing to this day. And they used to parade around an old Cadillac, wasn't it?
Did you know the chicken head was on
it was on a Cadillac.
Oldsmobile.
Sorry, Toronado.
It was on the roof.
One of those weird, right. It was this big
And he sold, they
fried
still
chicken.
have the business.
Right, they sold fried chicken, and they still have chicken. They're still one of the biggest chicken processing
Yes.
machinery components to
Yes.
this day. They're still there. But back in the day, this Oldsmobile used to drive around the track with this big, stupid chicken head.
Yeah.
So for all my
Rooster head.
Whatever, the chicken head, rooster head. So for all my southern New Jersey people, if you've been around South Jersey and you've seen the big fiberglass people, they're all over the place. There's one that looks like Alfred Newman. You've seen that one. They're holding tires and stupid stuff like that. It was made by the same company. So the chicken head, Chuckie had it.
Chuckie had it.
Okay, continue on.
So I begin to re-show it. I bring it to the fairs, to the Flemington reunions, to New Egypt, to anybody who saw the chicken head, they knew what it was.
Okay.
So that was like, between Chuckie loving his chickens and all that stuff, it had a dual meaning, and he's like, this is ours. This is something for me and you. You go show it. We bring it in the parades. It's my chicken. It had like a double meaning.
Now, mind you, I have a picture of you with the chicken head. If I can figure out how to edit a video, I'm going to put that in. It's going to go in right here, right now. Okay, fine.
Now.
So here we go. Now, unfortunately, Chuckie passes.
So Chuckie passed away.
Okay.
And, the family knew this thing me and him did with the chicken head.
Right.
His wife was a mean lady. He was good to her, but she had a problem with me because I was Chuckie's guy. I did all his whatever he wanted me to do. And then she was a gym teacher, and I wasn't really good in school, so.
Your brother's a gym teacher, though.
Yeah, my brother's a gym teacher.
Go figure. All right. So
anyway,
you asked her for the head?
So I said to her, you know, obviously, you know me and him, she wouldn't give it to me. I went through the family, I went through the kids, wouldn't give it to me.
Mind you, this thing probably has a value of like $100.
Yeah, it's
most.
not.
Right,
she
it's
just
not.
knew I wanted
Right.
it.
Okay.
You know. So.
All right. So then, what happens?
So a while went by, and I seen it on eBay.
Oh,
So at the time, I was getting a little emotional about it. So I had the Flemington Speedway Rolling Museum at the time, and I offered up. I went on South Jersey. You didn't even have Facebook rocking then. I went on South Jersey and wrote a thing about I would give a full sponsorship on my trailer to try to get the money up to get this thing. Like, I had to have it.
now mind you, you posted this at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, because Goop's on different time than everybody else
Yeah,
out there.
I'm on a different time,
So you put this post up, and me being a school teacher, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. It was a
Right.
pouring rain November day, and I read this, and it was, we don't have it saved, and it has since been disappeared in time.
Yeah.
But it was one of the most emotional pieces of work you've ever read, and you could read from this thing that Goop really wanted this chicken head. So I'm reading this thing, and I said to myself, I'm getting Goop this chicken head. Whatever I gotta do, I'm getting this chicken head. So I get in my car, I'm driving to work, and I'm saying, all right, this thing's on eBay. I think they had a starting price of $750, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. It was some astronomical
Yeah, it was a
price.
lot.
It was stupid. So I looked at it. I said, whatever I'm gonna do, I'm getting Goop this damn head. Whatever I gotta do. I'm thinking to myself on the way to work, I'm driving in the dark, it's a terrible morning. I said, how am I gonna do it? I said, I got it. I got it. The New Egypt swap
It's
meet
a swap meet.
was coming up that Saturday.
right.
So I get to work, and I violate, of course, the work internet rules by going on some website I shouldn't have gone on, which was South Jersey. And I put up a post and I said, here's the deal. You come to my spot on Saturday at the New Egypt swap meet,
Yeah,
and whatever you buy from me, I'm taking all that money and I'm gonna buy that damn head.
That's crazy.
I said, I don't care how much I have invested. I had a lot in parts back then.
No,
Back
I
then
know.
I was slinging parts. I had a few grand in parts. I said, whatever you buy from me,
That's nuts.
I'm gonna do for this. Bro, then the floodgates
I know.
opened. This is where it got crazy. So here's where this is where the story picks up.
It's where the racing.
This is where the racing part comes on. Now we're not gonna name names because we don't know if these people want their names known for what they did.
Yeah.
I said, but we're gonna rock and roll here. We had a unnamed racer. We had some technical difficulties there. We're good. All right, so we're gonna pick it up. This is where the story picked up. We had an unnamed racer,
Wealthy guy.
wealthy guy, a builder, contribute $500. We had a well-known engine builder, who we're not going to name, call me and say, what are you going to sell me that I don't need so you can
Yes.
get Goop that chicken head?
Wow.
That Saturday night, after the swap, I think the swap meet was actually in 2 weeks. That Saturday night, I was walking across this very parking lot,
Yep.
and someone screams out from behind me, are you Tony P?
Oh my
And let me tell you something, at that time and even today, you never know how that's going to go.
Yeah.
You never know how it's going to go. They go, I turn around, I said, yeah, that's me. Two dudes I didn't even know dug in their pocket, pulled out $40, $20 each guy, and they said, get Goop that chicken head.
It's amazing.
I said, okay. I went to the swap meet. It was gangbusters. Absolute gangbusters. People were paying me more
was
for my stuff.
amazing. It was
More for
amazing.
my stuff. Now, we had two other people who shall remain nameless. Former active military who wanted to do a black ops
Yeah.
and break into the property.
They wanted to know where she lived.
They wanted to know where she lived so that they could steal it. Now, we are going to name one name because he would enjoy this. Big Ron Barnstead,
Oh my God.
of all people, sat on the phone for hours trying to find the manufacturer
Yes, he did.
of the chicken head.
He wanted to find.
He wanted
yeah.
to find the manufacturer to see
That's
if we could get another one made just so we could have that done. Come to find out, he actually got the guy on the phone
He did find him.
who remembered that the mold had been destroyed
Yeah.
about 10 years prior, so he couldn't get one. We had a member of the Cool family who
Yes.
was a very quiet, reserved person, offer to pose as someone looking to get the head as a family heirloom,
Yes.
and then give it to us.
Now
Goop,
wait, go ahead.
No, go. You go.
Now it's on eBay at this
It's on
point.
eBay. Yes.
It didn't get pulled off yet.
I think I had somewhere around $2,500 to bid.
Right, bud?
I think so. There we go.
Apparently, after some type of threats and death threats and between people in Berkeley Heights and the racing people, as they were trying to sell it on eBay, they were getting harassed. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Watch your finger. They were getting harassed, so they pulled it off eBay at that point. Where do you go?
They pulled it off eBay, and I called you at this point.
Yes.
And I said, look, we've got all this money.
You redonated.
What I said.
You said, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I said,
s-
look, we had all these people come out of the woodwork.
Right.
The response to this was, I mean, this was bigger than a chicken head. This was.
Well, it was way bigger than
It was by this point. It was a stupid fiberglass chicken head.
I said at that point, you know, we don't know where it is. We don't know what she's gonna do with it. You know, we kind of hit a dead end. So, we donated the money.
We gave people back the money we
Right.
could, and whatever we
You
weren't able to
donated.
give, I gave it to the Matheny Christmas party.
Okay, so fast forward, it kind of stalled out at that point. And about a year later, I get a call from a kid in the next town over, and he says, I got that chicken head. I says, where'd you get it? He says, I got it through whatever, and, you know, I heard you're ready to pay big money for it. And I said, I got more out of that head than people coming together and wanting to get it. I got more out of it than it's got nothing to do with that now. The race community came on so strong, and people from town to try to get this head for me, that memory overpowered the chicken head, and I told them shove it. I didn't want it.
We had people willing to commit crimes to get a freaking chicken head, so that you can have a memory of your dude.
Now I thought all I wanted was that chicken head. It's Flemington. It's me and Chuck. I got a 10 times better memory of people with all that money. So the racing community itself gave me a better memory, and I don't really care about the head anymore. I really don't.
So, fast forward. The moral of the story is people came together
Yeah,
for what was a freaking internet post.
it was great.
It was insanity. And so what the postscript to the story is, are you going to end up with the chicken head at the end of the day?
I don't know. The whereabouts at this point is unknown. But I'm
Oh, really?
sure-
We don't
yeah.
know where it is?
No, I don't know where it is.
Okay, all right.
You know what? I'd rather it stay like that.
Okay.
I'd rather that chicken head be on a farm in, I don't know, South Carolina somewhere. If it should arise, I don't know what I would do. I don't know. Maybe I could tie in the memory from the racing people to having it. I'd rather just not know where it is.
Awesome.
I'd be honest. I'd rather just keep this memory and be done with it.
Awesome. A
Yeah.
great story. Absolutely
Chuckie.
phenomenal. Chuckie Chicken Head, the classic Flemington chicken head out there.
Can I just throw one thing in for Chuck?
Dude, you can throw in whatever you want to throw in.
Chuck was big on Christmas.
Okay.
His birthday was on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
He used to have huge parties at the hardware store.
The hardware store.
He owned the hardware store.
He threw parties at the hardware store?
He owned Berkeley Hardware. That was
Okay,
his main.
okay.
He owned the
All
hardware
right,
store in
all right,
town.
all right.
And he would have these giant parties on Christmas in the hardware store. Food, booze,
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
So his display, his Christmas display in the front of the building,
Right.
the street lights across the street were like shining on it.
Okay.
Was messing up the Christmas lights.
Right.
This is the shit he used to do. He'd get up there, he got a guy up there with a bucket truck to paint the front of the street light black so he could see his Christmas. This Chuck. I just want to throw Chuck in.
Berkeley Heights.
Berkeley
Nice.
Hardware.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first installment of Racing Stories. John, Goop Mondelli.
There'll be more.
There'll be more. Richie Cass will be a surprise guest in a
Yeah.
few weeks, hopefully. We're going to have many others along the way. We hope you enjoyed it.